beautiful. Lovely to see you. It's great to be here. It's just a bit too windy to be outside with the flowers, but, you know, playing with no drawbacks. It means we get to be inside with the rocks. Yay! So, we're going to start small and get bigger. Look at this. This is called tiger iron, and you can see that it's little strings of tiger eye and hematite, which you can't really see, but it's, you know, that shiny sort of silvery grey stuff, which is quite magnetic. It can be, it's got a lot of iron in it. So this is like somebody's taken hematite and tiger eye and swooshed them together, and it's gorgeous. So there's bands of both, and I'm very fond of this. Seeing Marie, good morning. It's great to see you. I know it's not the morning where you are. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Laura and Eric. I can't work out which one of you's on because of your picture, but really, you know, you go together. So good morning to both of you. Now we have a piece of fluorite, and it's wonderful. Maria, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I really like this. I know I've showed it off before, but it just put up its hand and said, show me off again today. And I love it because it's rough, it's completely unshaped, and I really like raw rocks. And you can see all these different colours in it. Because fluorite is such a varied mineral. There you are, that's the best way to see the layers. And it grows in layers. And you get green, you get white, you get blue, you get purple. Carmelina, good morning. And it's just wonderful and gnarly and completely unpolished, a bit like me. And there you go. So I'm enjoying that one today. Now this one is one from my friend Jenny Paulo's collection. I got to read the label to you. It is amethyst plus hematite, and it's from Namibia. So what it kind of looked, you can see the light coming through it. See how it's purple in the middle? That's the amethyst, and on the outside it's kind of black, and that's the hematite. I think what I'm going to do, it's Mummy Bird. Oh, you're funny, Laura. Is just hold this up to the light so you can see the colour coming through it. Sometimes backlight is good. Isn't that fabulous? It's just beautiful. So it's an amazing thing. And those are naturally formed crystals. They just are that perfect. Good morning, Kaya. Good morning, Linda. Now this one has had its bottom chopped. It makes it stand nicely, but, it's beautiful. Yes, fluorite is very soft and pretty, you're right, except when it's not. Sometimes fluorite kind of kicks you in the teeth and says, wake up! It's a very personable stone, if that makes any sense to anybody at all. It's frequently got quite a lot of zhuzh about it. Now, today, I want to talk about elevated emotions and why we should make the effort, and it is a freaking effort, to practice them. What is the point? Why bother? Okay, and this is because my beautiful friend said, you've talked about getting into a teleporter before now, teleport yourself into your future life, and I can't find those lives, and, I just need to remember how to do that, and I thought, fantastic, this is a great topic. So we're really talking about teleporting today. But the way to get into the teleporter, morning Jen, great to see you, is to elevate your emotional state. Now why? Okay, now this is something that I have remembered more or less word for word from my inspiration, Dr. Joe Dispenza, from whom I have learned so much, and I continue to learn, right? I haven't just gone, oh, that was amazing. I'm still studying, I'm still learning, because he keeps sharing more stuff, and I keep absorbing it and using it. But this is something I learned quite some time ago, and it took me a while to really understand it, but I get it now. Whatever emotional state you are in, habitually, normally, usually, most of the time, this is like a spam filter on your awareness. Oh wow, that's exciting. That's all I'm going to say. It's exciting. What an opportunity to manage your state and stay in a state of peace with what is potential and unknown. Okay, we're all in a state of unknown. Can you elevate your emotions in that place and not do what everyone else is doing, feeling afraid? Big challenge, not easy. exactly what I'm talking about. So, your current emotional state, let's say that, your current emotional state is like a spam filter on the inbox of your consciousness. And it really only lets through whatever it is that's equal to your emotional state. Period. So, if you are normally and naturally and usually and ordinarily unhappy, you are going to perceive the world as an unhappy place. That's just how it works. It's vicious. It's not fair. It's just how it works. If you are normally and naturally and habitually and usually angry, everything you see and perceive and experience in the world is going to be more about the world being an angry place that beats up on you. And, if you normally feel like everything is against you and you can't possibly be okay in the world and everything is too much, then that is how you're going to experience life, and it's not how life is. It's not. Because if life was like that, then everybody would have the same experience, but it's not. And it's not like that because everybody has a different brain. And we experience life through our 5 senses. And the brain's job is to make sense of your inner experience and what you perceive, see, smell, taste, hear, whatever, from the outer world. What comes to you from your senses, your brain's job is to make sense between your inner experience and your outer experience. So if your inner experience is, oh my God, I feel awful, everything is overwhelming, it's too much for me, and everybody's telling me that this is just how it's going to be for the rest of my life, or, oh my God, I'm sick, and people have told me I'm going to die, and that's how it is, or, oh my God, I'm a victim, or, oh my God, I'm angry at my, that person that betrayed me, that ex that left me, whatever, then your brain, from all of the trillions of bits of information that are there and whatever the massive number is that your brain processes every second, it's only going to show you the stuff that matches whatever you're friggin' feeling. Lucy, good morning, honey. And it's going to affirm your reality to you. I'm going to say that again. It's going to affirm your reality to you. So whatever you feel is true for you is. And the problem with that is that if you believe that the certain way you are is how you're always going to be, then the only thing you're going to experience in your life is more stuff that says this is how you're always going to be and you can't break out of it and here's all the reasons why, and you will listen to the people that affirm that reality, and you won't be able to hear anybody or anything else that tells you different. Because your brain has to make sense of what's outside you and what's inside you. And what's inside you, remember your conscious brain, the conscious you, 5% of what's going on in there. The other 95% is in your body. And your body runs the show when you're unconscious. So you have a thought about, I want to be happy, I want to feel empowered, I don't want to be hypersensitive to the world, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to be poor, I don't want to be whatever. And your body says, you're right. And gives you all these reasons about why you can't possibly do and be that, and you believe it because, brain is making sense of the world according to, inner experience, outer experience. So this is why it's so important to change your emotional state to be more like how you want to feel in your future, while nothing in the rest of your world and your life and your physical experience and everything has changed. And I did not say this is easy. But this is why. This is the teleporter. That's why people don't live in teleporters, because they don't know how to do this. Hi, Nora, gorgeous. And even if they do know how to do it, there's no guarantee they're going to do it, because it goes against, your hormonal set point. If your hormonal set point, like our bodies get conditioned, remember, you think and you feel, and you feel and you think, and that feeling is chemistry. And it changes the mix of hormones and neuropeptides and neurotransmitters and enzymes and everything that's going on in your body every instant. But your normal state of being is a particular blend mix of chemistry. It's like a cocktail of chemistry running around inside your body all the time. And if you want to buy a ticket to the TARDIS, I love that, you have to change that chemistry. And your body likes what it knows. Which means if you have felt victimized for the last 30 years, it's going to feel really hard and really wrong to practice feeling empowered. Or whatever it is you want to feel. Practice feeling free. To practice feeling abundant. To imagine what it's like to not feel like the entire world is screaming at you and, running inside your head and overloading you with information that you can't process. Because, that's all you know. It's what your body knows. It knows that chemical cocktail. But if you want to have a different experience, you actually have to change that chemistry yourself, and you have to do it more than once. Because you've been doing the other thing for however long. Your body's got conditioned. Hi, Amanda! It's stepping into a teleport. It's not like when Doctor Who does. He just walks through the door. He knows how to do that. You and me, we have to train ourselves. And I know I say this a lot. Just remember, it took me 11 months to have my first experience of feeling true, real joy. I just didn't know what it felt like. And I was so incoherent and so used to feeling lack and everything else, And it goes against what we believe to change the way we think, and it goes even more against it to change the way we feel. Because we've been programmed to say, you get the wonderful present and then you feel happy. The lover arrives and then you feel loved. Your healing arrives and then you celebrate being well. No, it works the other way around. This is the head exploding thing, and it creates enormous cognitive dissonance when you confront your thoughts and when you confront your feelings even more. Because you have to, and this is something else Dr. Joe says a lot, and I understand this better and better these days. That cognitive dissonance, and those are words he uses, I can tell you've been listening or reading or something, Linda, because those are words he uses. Maybe you learned them earlier, because he's not the only person on the planet that uses those words. But the cognitive dissonance and the, oh my God, I just can't do this, when you are trying and really struggling to inhabit the emotional state and the felt state and the thoughts and the self that you want to be, which is stepping into the teleporter. And you just can't do it. And your brain and body are throwing everything at you. And you're trying to sit and meditate and you're just angry and this is not happening and this doesn't work and I hate the person that told me this was a good idea and all of that. You get to the end of your emotional belief. And what does that mean? To me, it's starting to mean, this is the first time I've tried to explain this, so bear with me. To me, it's about the end of my emotional belief to feel the way that I want to feel, to create what I want, to have anything happen. It's like, I can't freaking do this. I'm so overdoing this. Now, what happens when I'm so over trying, but I'm not quitting? Everything that I know inside my brain and my body that is the path that I think I need to take, the way I need to think, how I want to feel. Everything I've tried has quote unquote failed, right? I've done the work, I'm being persistent, I'm being consistent, and I'm failing and I'm trying and I'm succeeding, but it just isn't happening. And that moment of, and I'll just go again anyway, because there's no fucking point, but I'm not bloody giving up. I've stopped believing in anything. Now I'm just doing what I'm doing because I'm refusing to quit. And I'm not doing it in a state of, I'm going to beat through this thing, because that is, I'm going to do this. No, I've given up on just doing this. I've given up on making anything happen. I've stopped trying, but I'm just going to go again. I'm just going to do it for the sake of doing it, but in the state of whatever. And I'm just really getting to the place of integrating, experiencing, knowing what this is. Yeah, I know, Linda. You're such a... You got a mind, and you've expanded it for a long time. Getting to the end of what I think I can do and what I think is possible, and it's painful. But at that point where I've got to the end of myself, and there's just my choice, but it's a choice that's not about struggling or fighting or trying or anything. There's quite often the place where something unfolds, something, falls apart, something dissolves, and something new can come in. Because I actually have to get to the end of everything I think I know how to do to be able to embrace that new self that I so desire to be. So that's part of why it's so difficult, because the old self has to die. Oh my God. And it's messy. It's birth pangs. It's painful. And sometimes it's exciting. It's like, oh my God, I'm making progress. I can really feel this. And other times I'm like, oh, heck, this is so hard. So, choice, old and new. And realizing that if the old state of being is so ingrained and so familiar to you that you are going to experience some significant cognitive dissonance when you decide to do something else. But that is the teleporter. I mean, just think about this for a minute. Just imagine there was a real teleporter. Here you are in your life that you love, hate, whatever. Probably a mixture of that. Things you like, things you don't like. And suddenly there's a real TARDIS outside your front door. Now you have the opportunity to walk into that TARDIS and you can push the go button. But you don't quite know where it's going to take you, and there isn't really any going back. Oh, do I really want to do this? And you feel the unknown, and your identity is going to change. Yeah, I think deciding to feel differently is the hardest choice we ever have to make, Linda. I know it has been for me, continues to be for me. Just before I ran out of time, something that I've talked about before and I'll talk about again, but it's just become it's really lit up for me in a different way because I was listening to a Q&A session. I've joined Dr. Joe Live, which is $10 a month, and there's an hour of either a lecture and Q&A or just an hour of Q&A. And oh my God, so informative. And there was just something that I learned listening to one of the recorded sessions that's available. You get the previous 2 months. And it's about opening your heart, which is a direct relationship to this, because opening your heart is how you elevate your emotions. You cannot elevate your emotions if your heart is closed. And as you know, if you've been listening to me for a while, I've struggled with this. It's like, what? And what he was saying, and it made so much sense, is that it's natural for us to open our hearts when we give. And then he said, and I mean, I know that, right? You think of your pet that you love, and there's no danger of being hurt from a pet. So, of course, people completely love their pets. And, there could be a significant other. But when you are truly wanting to give to someone, you naturally open your heart. You don't think about it. I just want to love this person. I just want to help this person. It's normal. It's natural for us to open our hearts when we give. So I've been turning my practice of heart opening, morning Sarah, around, because it's actually, I sort of look at it and think, man, my loving on people and things and everything has been really conditional, and it's been really guarded. So I've been playing with this and exploring it, and my whole meditation this morning was about opening my heart into the space of the entire all that is and isn't. It was really, really interesting and quite powerful and lovely. But when I have this thought of giving, Mamta, beautiful to see you, it's much easier to open my heart. And there was something else he said. Giving is receiving. Receiving is giving. There's no difference. Those are my words, but you mean when I give, and I thought, of course, because if I give, I'm creating a flow. If I receive, it's got to go somewhere. Of course, giving is receiving and receiving is giving. If I'm pouring love and energy towards somebody, don't you think it's got to come from somewhere? You know? Oh, bless you, Lucy. See, gratitude opens your heart, right? That's why we practice gratitude, because it elevates your emotions, it opens your heart. Gratitude, I've received something. Ultimate state of receivership. Those are Joe's words, and they're so true. So, to elevate your emotion independent of your circumstances, and realizing that to elevate your emotions independent of your circumstances probably is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. Really tough when you're thinking, is there going to be a hurricane that's going to come and strike our city and God knows what's going to happen? Really tough when you think, I don't know how I'm going to pay the rent next month. Really tough when you're looking at, oh my God, I'm really sick. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get better. I'm happy for you, Mamta. Giving is receiving. Don't let that be a reason to give until it hurts, though. Okay? Giving when it hurts is not, you're not in receivership, are you? It's got to be this open, easy flow where, I know you get it. It's not about giving till it hurts. That's not, because you can't be receiving if you're giving till it hurts. Berna, great to see you, honey. I'm out of time. This is such an interesting conversation. But if you can find something to, you see, I love on life. That's what I have to do at the moment. I find it easiest to make love with life itself. You know, source, divine intelligence, love, the unified field, whatever. That's just what I'm practicing. It's like everything's changed inside me and I barely know how to love on people except when I do. But to consciously summon that up and open my heart to other people seems really weird. I just don't quite know how to do it at the moment. But I really can love on life. And, later I'll work it out. I'm going through quite a significant transition inside myself. So it's probably just part of that. See, identity changes. It really changes. I wouldn't go back to who I was last week if you paid me. So, get in the teleporter and realise it's going to feel weird and you're leaving something behind and you can't go back. And do you trust the unknown enough to push go? Very much love. We'll be at it again tomorrow. I look forward to responding to your comments. Big love. See you then. Bye-bye.